Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Chur.
Chur.
Bola.
Bola.
Whakalofa lahi atu.
Whakalofa ahi atu.
Malo e lele.
Malo e lele.
And g'day.
And g'day.
Our legal team at the Bad Horse Show have advised us that in order to avoid legal ramifications, we have to start each episode with a warning and a disclaimer.
So, if you are easily offended by the words like fuck, pussy, whawhine, and kūpapahua, then this ain't the podcast for you.
If you believe in not smacking your kids, feminism, farting in bed and pulling the blankets over your mumsy's head isn't funny, then this fucking definitely isn't the podcast for you.
No. In short, what we say doesn't really reflect blah blah blah, fucking blah. If you don't like, don't watch.
It's pretty simple. Now back to sports with Derek Fox. Sure.
Hold on. Check.
Hang on, still having technical difficulties because today wasn't really planned.
Yeah.
It wasn't really planned, but then we thought, well, since we've had a big weekend in terms of sports and just shit in general, then we'll do one.
Do one.
I wasn't at work today. He wasn't doing CrossFit today, so we thought that we'll fucking chuck a rogue podcast, a rogue session.
Rogue session.
An
impromptu one.
Impromptu, not planned at all.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is volume 14.
I'm alright.
Yep, volume 14. If you are a rugby enthusiast, Jeff Wilson,
John Kerwin,
Dougie
Howlett,
who else, bro? Nehe Milnaskara,
Tana Uawa,
Tama Uawa, not from Uawa. But yes, number 14, great number in rugby circles. Yep, number of the right wing. If you're a rugby advocate, rugby fan. But yes, apart from all that shit that I just said, volume 14, the Bad Horse Show, the Rogue Session, we're here. Kia ora. Whakalofa lahi atu, talofa lava, bola no kangamanga. Kangamanga. Sorry to all our Fijian friends.
Seko Teho, thank you for teaching us that word.
Yeah, beautiful word. Thank you, Luke Ratu from Masterton for teaching me that. And every time I see a Fijian person, I say it.
Yes,
and I get a weird look.
That's like me. I'm like, one time I was at the pub and I met this Fijian family, husband and wife, and hello, kia ora, kangamanga. The look they gave me after I said that, it was like, okay, thank you.
Yes. So if you meet a Fijian person, don't say kangamanga unless you're on the level with them.
Yeah, or unless you're just one of those cats.
Yeah, who like saying outlandish shit.
Yeah.
Like us. But yes, volume 14, we're here, rogue session, impromptu, not planned. We've got our Australian correspondent Lele Ango outside, but I think he's a bit camera shy today, so we'll give him a bit of a break.
Might need a beer, bro.
Might need a beard. Our shout outs. Who's our shout outs for this week,
bro, I want to give a quick shout out, bro, to my other half, Del Pokena, represented Queensland this weekend over in WA for a CrossFit Masters League comp. So Queensland won the competition this year. So they competed against all the other states, New South Wales, Victoria, WA, yeah, you named it, they competed against them, and the Queensland team took it out this year. So yeah, shout out to all those there, especially to my other half, Pokena, to our friend Mel, also representing Queensland, and our other friend Fran P. So shout out to you three ladies.
Yeah, well done, girls, phenomenal. all the way over in happy Perth. Boom, Maddie Keelan, long time supporter of the Bad Horse Show. But yes, well done, ladies, phenomenal. Was it the Masters combo?
Yeah, bro, Masters comp. So I think they took 3 athletes, 3 males, 3 females from every age group. So from 35 to 39, 40 to 49, and 50 over. And
Yeah.
they had, I think, 3 different divisions in each age group too. So beginner, intermediate, and RX level. So yeah, so it was pretty quite a big thing. But apparently, speaking to my other half the other day, when she got over there and on their first day of competing, 2 of the fellas in her age group never turned up for their teams, so they were rocking 2 less for the first day of team events.
Nice one, fellas. Nice one. Douches. Anyone else, bro?
Oh, bro, just shout out to the All Blacks, bro, for just keep on keeping on. Their game last week, bro, that second half, they're probably one of the best All Black teams I've seen ever, actually. I didn't think they could get that much better after last year, but like, bro, I said it a couple of times, maybe Dan Carter, Richie McCaw and the others were holding them back. Because the amount of confidence they're playing with at the moment, bro, it's just superb, bro. It's just, it's awesome. I know, bro, I never thought I'd say that. But maybe, bro, they've been a little bit restricted in what they could do.
Bro, that's definitely an interesting opinion to have, for sure. I don't know if I...
Quite go there, bro.
Yeah. Well, not yet anyway. Maybe if they break this record, yeah, bro, there might be some untruths in what you just said. For me, shout outs to Jordan Rapana, Soli Kata and Jordan Kahu for standing up last night in the Kiwis test, which we will get to. We will get to this, the Kiwis test. They stood up, bro, and absolutely, how should I put it, outshone some of their more experienced and more vaunted teammates.
Just say it, bro. I know you want to talk about him.
Sean Kenny Dale. Fuck guys, next time can you like get dysentery and stay home and not play?
Oh, one of the best ones I've seen online, bro, was the Kiwis will be alright if Thomas Luluai's eye can go straight and they leave SKD at Perth and never let him back on the team playing again.
What do you think I'm going to disagree? Yeah, but Sean Kenny Dowell, we'll get to him later, don't worry about that. Donnie Trump. Yeah, this is going back to that debate, which I thought was fucking hilarious. He did it during the debate. He brought up Billy Clinton's antics.
Oh, bro.
He brought it up, bro. He went there. I think because if you haven't seen the soundbite, there's a soundbite of him everywhere of him saying that when it comes to getting a woman, you should just grab them by the pussy, and that's coming from Donnie Trump. Well, the soundbite got brought up in the debate, and he said, "Well, at least I just said it and didn't do it like Bill Clinton." Fuck.
Bro, he's just going. Talk about going rogue, bro. Our man went rogue about a month ago, I think, bro, and now he's just holding nothing back now.
Well, fuck, if he loses, at least he can say, "Oh, fuck, I went out all guns blazing." But yeah, Donnie Trump, no, I don't want to say I'm a Trump supporter, but fuck yeah, no, bro, shout out for that. You pretty much just went gangster.
Bro, their country's pretty much fucked, bro, no matter who they elect, I think, this year, my bro.
Yeah.
Hillary's just as bad. Our man Donald Trump he's got the wrong temperament to lead anything. Bro.
Yeah, he's a narcissistic alpha male for sure.
It's a bit of a shit show over there at the moment. Yeah, anyway.
That's rather sad. Now we're on to shit that's interesting. You want to kick this one off, bro?
Kiwis and Kangaroos test last night. Started off, I had big hopes leading up into this game. There's this, we always put out a deadly forward pack. This one here just looked even better than what we normally put out on the field. Yeah, but question marks about our halves. and out wide. But I thought, no, we've got enough firepower to really trouble the Aussies. Fuck, how wrong was I? They played okay in patches, but man, the patches where they didn't play, fuck, it was fucking terrible. So many errors, so many turnovers, leaving Tomalolo off the field for as long as they did. Whereas, yeah, just fuck, basically fuck.
Yeah, it would have been a tough night being Jordan Rapana last night. It would have been a rough night because the chap who plays inside him, I just said his name before, old fucking Voldemort. We'll just call him Voldemort for now. Yeah, bro, he was missing tackles left, right, and centre. He was even missing tackles he wasn't even making. So that's how fucking bad he played.
I saw him make one good read all game, bro, when he come out of the line and spotted old Jonathan Thurston. No, Thurston, I think it was. And I thought, oh yeah, fuck, our man's on this game. This was right at the start of the game. Oh yeah, our man's on his game today. And then after that, nothing else. So what the fuck?
Yes, yeah, well, I was like you, bro. I was expecting big things. Well, better things than the beating that they got earlier in the year. And bro, compared to how they did earlier in the year, I thought they didn't do too bad. If you take a few fucking idiots out of that team, I don't want to say names again, but if you take a few goofs out of that team, bro, I think they would have did a lot better. Just my opinion, people. It's just my opinion. Don't even have to listen to it. But yeah, I think, okay, fuck it, I'll say it. If they took a certain centre and a standoff out of their team and replaced them with, fuck it, bro, I'll say bring Benji back. Who would I bring into the centres? Fuck, what's old Fusitua up to? Yeah, I'd say if they put those two fellas back in, I think we would have done a bit better. But yeah, compared to how they were before, bro, I think they did a bit better. But yeah, nah, man, those two cats we got to do something about for sure.
I was just quite surprised at the lack of attacking ability we showed, bro. I thought, oh, this is the team here that can put some points on it, because early in the year we got held to nil. I thought, wow, fuck it, I think this team here is going to be a lot better at attacking. And when they scored their first try, I thought, oh yeah, here we go. But fucking their fifth tackle options were terrible. It was just, I just couldn't believe it, bro. And then once Aussie got a couple of tries, like got, I think it was 14-6 ahead, it was pretty much, it was like, oh, I think the Aussies going to run away with it. They defended really well considering how little ball they did have. But, right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to say that the Aussies gave us a hiding because we were just shit. The Aussies were mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that, they were more clinical than us. They were more organised, and everyone knew their roles, I think, hey?
Yeah, and saying that, though, like in these sort of tournaments, like the Kiwis do tend to start slow and build into it, and by the end of it, we're normally firing on all cylinders. So hopefully that there is the case, this year as well.
Yeah, I think Aussies paying $1.45 to win the Four Nations, and we're paying $3.75. I think Scotland's paying something like 125, and England's paying 15. So
really?
Yeah. So if you're a betting man, those are your odds at the moment.
15. I thought that would have been a little bit less than that. The English team. He ended up not picking old
Chris
Heinington.
Oh, who's that other one?
Chris McQueen.
Chris McQueen. Yeah.
Wayne Bennett ended up not picking them for the English squad.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I'm sure I read that they're sticking with all English-based players. I'm sure that's what I read. If not, someone tell us.
Well, has it really worked for them in the past?
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, the Aussies gave us a hiding. Congratulations. I thought, Lilianga would be in on this to fucking start feeding it to us, since we give them shit about the Wallabies. But that's not the case, so yeah, missed your chance, guys. Next up is Union versus League, hashtag air quotes players, because if you haven't noticed, the rugby union players back home are playing right up.
Oh, bro.
Want to name names?
Oh, wow.
Who was the first one? Who was the first one who started arcing up this year? There was one before Aaron Smith, eh?
Yeah, well, there was that Lossie fella.
That's him. Fatu's cousin.
Yeah.
Lossie Filippo, the winger who started thinking it was Mike Tyson. You had our bad horse show favourite, Aaron Smith. You have Dylan Halaholo.
That's the latest, one of the latest ones.
That's one of the latest ones. That's the guy who was doing naughty things to himself in a car park at Pick and Save in Invercargill, was it?
I think so, bro, in Invercargill.
Yeah, there's one more, but we don't want to say names because it ain't out officially yet.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it is.
I don't think so either.
So we're not going to say anything because we don't want to get sued. But yes, if you haven't watched any past shows, I always give AFL and NRL fans grief because of all their batches of idiots that keep playing up and doing dumb things. The Fafiters, Ben Cousins, who else? Yeah.
Oh, well, I was reading too, apparently this week or at the end of season thing, Dylan Walker and his mate that OD'd last year, they playing up again by over in Thailand or over in Bali. They got arrested or something.
Oh, they were wearing budgies, were they?
No, I don't think so, but bro, apparently bro, those two were playing up again. I was reading the story, I can't quite remember the gist of it, but yeah, those two were playing up again, so obviously almost dying last year didn't learn them enough.
Yeah, you'd think that would have changed a few things.
Maybe they need to stop hanging out with each other, bro, because it sounds like they just play right up when they're together.
Maybe they should start going to church instead, because I think that's dodging bullets for sure. Yeah, well anyway, I give it to AFL and NRL fans about the behaviour of their players, whereas the last few weeks I've had to be very fucking quiet because some rugby union fellows have been complete fucking idiots. So yes, the Wallabies, yep, they've got a few idiots in their team too, but they just love hanging shit on Aaron Smith, which I find absolutely hilarious. What's that pot calling the kettle black too?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Rod Kafer, Greg Martin, all those idiots are still just hanging off this stuff.
Yeah, I stopped watching that show, bro. I stopped watching those fellas, it was just getting too much.
Yeah, but I'm gonna watch their comments after the next
Bledisloe.
Yeah, the next Bledisloe game, see what they have to say. But yep, no, all those fellas that I've given shit to, yeah, here's your chance. I have to be quiet now because it's the rugby union players in the limelight. So yeah, if all the rugby union players back in New Zealand could just go the fuck home and calm down. Now this is interesting. Putin is pulling all his foreign nationals back from the US.
Is it only from the US?
Yes, bro. At this stage, he's telling all his staff and delegates to tell all their families to go back home from the US.
I see that.
Yeah, which tells me something's on the fucking hip.
They reckon he could be just posh. Like I heard this, like seen stories saying that he's just posturing just to sort of play it up to the rest of the world. That something's gonna go down, but bro, he's Russian, bro. You can't tell with these fellas. They don't strike me as the sort of people that play around.
They play bluffs.
Yeah, bro. They're either all in or all out.
Yeah, and now China's sort of gotten onto their bandwagon, and I think one of the Korean states, I don't want to say which one because I'm not too sure, but yes, things are very fucking interesting.
South Korea, because I don't think North Korea has any delegates. Yeah, bro, any delegates out in the world. They're not allowed to leave the country, those fellas.
Yep, so Vladimir Putin, he's making moves, mate, so it might be something to watch further on down the track, if there is a further on down the track. Next up, we have this clown shit is getting out of hand. Have you seen clowns?
Have any of yous out there, in Facebook land, YouTube land, have you fellas seen clowns in your area?
I haven't seen one here, man.
I have, bro.
I'm a little bit disappointed.
I was doubting very much you were going to see me, bro. Not in the, well, not even my way, bro. In the hood anyway. I think they. You said I think they'll get sorted out pretty much straight away.
I see clowns all the time when I go to work, but yeah, I haven't actually seen any at bus stops walking around with axes and knives and shit. Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
There's a memo put out I think last week that all the clowns, they put out a thing where all the clowns are going to be going to certain different schools around the Gold Coast and South Brisbane area, and one of my kids' high school was one of the schools, and so they're a little bit freaked out by it. But I said to them, they ain't gonna turn up at your school, bro. All the Islander cousins and the Māori cousins and the African cousins will bloody belt them. So yeah, I said you fellas don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, like all the schools that they picked were like high Islander Māori
populated schools,
international populations. So yeah, even if one did, you probably would have left dead.
It was funny though, bro, because the police response was they sent police to certain schools, but none of the schools in the hoods, because I think even they knew they ain't gonna try anything over there, and that lot there will be able to sort them out themselves.
Yeah, people be getting offed.
Yeah, so yeah, that was hard case.
This is probably more the union rugby player thing, but what is in the water with those South Island rugby players? Because just from what I'm seeing, all those fellas, some of those fellas are doing some next level stuff, man. There's either something in the water, there's either something in their food, or something in their air, or maybe even something in their steroids. But some of these fellas are just playing right up.
Right, I think it might go back to our kōrero last week, bro, about Aaron Smith. Too much testosterone,
Too
bro.
much testosterone, bro.
Yeah, I think that's what it might be.
You see, we're big fans of TRT, testosterone advocacy. So yeah, South Island rugby players, calm down. Bro, awards.
Yep.
It's that segment again, the weekly awards, where we have Dick of the Week, Fuck Up of the Week, and Top Bloke of the Week. Want to kick us off?
Alright, my bro, so my top bloke this week is internet superstar Dan Bilzerian. Right, I watched his he was on the Joe Rogan podcast a few days ago, and just, bro, his story is just amazing. I don't know if you listen to it, bro.
No, not yet.
Just some of the shit he does, bro. Like, if you don't know who he is, follow his Instagram, man, because he posts some awesome stuff. Rolling around on a jeep in his undies, shooting machine guns.
Who doesn't want to do
bro,
that?
he's got aunties galore behind him.
Terrible.
Bro, he leads the life.
Did he come off as a douche?
No, and that was the good thing. Like, that was the thing. Like, I was sort of half expecting him to come off as a bit of an idiot, but nah, he didn't. He was actually quite humble, and the way he spoke, and just even he knew some of the stuff he did was just sort of ridiculous, and the way he lives his life is like a fantasy to most people. But he just said, I'd rather live my life doing what I want to do instead of being tied down by what other people think I should be living. And I think that was the message there that I took out of it, bro. It was just awesome.
Very Charlie Sheen-ish.
Yeah, but
not quite Sheenish.
Not quite as crazy as Charlie Sheen, bro.
No,
Yeah.
I'll definitely give it a listen, bros, on your recommendation. It's just good to hear that he didn't come across as a bit of a dick.
Yeah, bro, but like some of the shit he was talking about playing poker, like, because he plays poker, high stakes poker against billionaires. He's just going on I think the most he's won in a city, and he reckons is like about $54 million. Just, bro, this type of shit he does, bro, is beating like that, bro.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, he's just going on like he's played games where he's playing with his total net worth, bro. Where he's been playing with his total net worth, and he's like thinking to himself afterwards, what the fuck was I thinking?
What would our total net worths be?
Bro, I don't know, cents according to YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cunts. Wow. That's definitely interesting,
Yeah,
bro.
bro, it was really interesting, bro. So yeah, just bro, so Dan Bilzerian, bro, you're my top bloke this week. If you fellas haven't seen it, bro, jump on YouTube and just YouTube Joe Rogan, Dan Bilzerian, bro, and watch the podcast. It's a good one. It's a goodie.
Yeah, next is your other one, man.
Okay, bro, so my pick of the week, bro, this week, bro, was, bro, what happened last night, Sean Kenny Dow.
Surprise.
Cause,
I didn't see that coming.
bro, like, I think he's my dick and fuck up of the week. Because, man, the amount of, I just don't know, fuck ups he made during the game, bro. Like, I just couldn't believe it. Dropping the ball, it's like the fella had mummy on his hands and just, bro, I don't know, bro, like if the ball had prickles in it sometimes, bro, with that follow. But yeah, bro, that's all I want to say. That's all I want to say about that.
You don't want to bring him up.
I don't talk about it anymore.
Yeah,
actually, bro.
and okay, yeah.
He covers both for me.
He covers
bro.
both.
Covers both for me. As you can see, I'm a little bit disappointed about it.
Yeah, disenchanted with the man.
Yes.
Katie Pie, bro. It's okay. That's what we're here for. Yep, I'm in the same boat as you, bro. Sean Kenny Dow, you're my fuck up and my dick of the week. And it takes a very special man to get both of them.
Yes.
Very special. And as you can see, you've been nominated by both of us, so you fucked up real bad, Kill. Exact same reasons as you, but in terms of my dick of the week, I have a slash, and there's another guy that I want to bring a bit of light onto. His name's Ramoni Mulianga, and he lives in Auckland.
Yes, bro.
And he's that dickhead who's clamping cars, and he's not even a certified parking bloody enforcer guy, whatever. Yeah, he's a fucking scam artist.
Right.
So yeah, Ramoni Mulianga, you are fucking top level dickhead of the week because you share it with Sean Kenny Dow.
Bro, you fellas know this fella, bro. Rat the mongrel out.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. If any of yous out there know him personally, bro, just rat the mongrel out, man.
Yeah, because he got rolled up on by a mob yesterday after I think it was yesterday or Friday?
Might be Friday, cool.
Yeah, he clamped this couple's car and telling them that they couldn't park there if they weren't eating at the Pizza Pit in Otara, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when they showed him, oh, yeah, no, we have been eating here, and he still tried to say, oh, no, you still give me money. But when a mob of people rolled up on him and started pulling out their cameras and filming him, he backed up real quick and unclapped their car and rolled out. So, yeah, this cunt's a scam artist. He's a complete fucking dickhead. Yeah, and I hope you get smoked soon, you clown.
Like that Sheila that was filming them there,
Yeah.
bro. She too much to that girl. So
Yeah, shut to that.
I'll give you a special mention, bro. I can't remember her name, but
Well, we'll come back to your name later.
too much
The
girl.
beauties of technology. But yes, Sean Kenny Dow, dick of the week, but he shares it with Ramoni Mulianga. Sean Kenny Dow, my fuck up of the week.
Who's your top bloke, bro?
My top bloke of the week. Fuck, I don't think I've got one. Fuck it, I'll just say Scott Deasy, because your jiu-jitsu's getting better, my man. And I accidentally hurt you on fucking Thursday, and I feel real bad about it. Sorry, buddy. But yeah, Scott Deasy's my top bloke of the week, because it was an accident. I did a fucking, I think it was a half guard knee slice pass, and I kneed him in the nuts and crunched his groin. It was an accident. It was totally an accident. But fuck, he went but he
It's
did
not
it.
what he told me, bro.
Yeah,
It's not what he told me, cuz.
yeah, I could see my mate was hurt, but he didn't bitch about it. He just kept rolling. He's going, yeah, bro, top bloke of the week. You ringer bastard. And those are our weekly awards. So now, here he is, people, the greatest sports correspondent in podcast history. CPN Buchanan with sports.
Bro, I'm getting a little bit sad, bro, now that the footy season's coming to an end. All Blacks have got one more test against Australia next week before they go over. Well, I suppose they got the end of year tour, but then you got to get up at crazy hours of the morning to watch that. But yeah, got the Four Nations, but after last night's game, yeah, not really holding out much hope for that one as well for the Kiwis. But last weekend, I'll start off with the Wallabies and Argentina this week. So Wallabies and Argentina. Wallabies had another win. They beat the Argies over there. The game was, I think it was all right, but Argentina, man, they're trying to play like the All Blacks when they don't have the skill level to back up
all the personnel.
To back up their, by the skill level, but they don't have the skill level to back up that sort of play. They're like trying to play those short passes like what our forwards do, bro, like hitting the line and offloading, but they're just, they haven't got the skill level yet to play their game. I think the Wallabies, they were lucky to come away with their win because it got really tight there at the end until the grandson of the former All Black, Dean Mum. Dean Mum got the intercept try with about 5 minutes to go, and it even sealed the game for the Wallabies. But it was on a nice edge there for a little bit. But yeah, they still Wallabies, bro, still running sideways a bit too much. Yeah, forwards have got no grunt. They're gonna struggle against the ABs next week. They're gonna struggle. So yeah, I think the Wallabies ended up winning their game. I think it's like 33-21ish, something like that.
Special asshole alert to Nick Phipps, by the way.
Nick Phipps.
You're a complete fucking
I don't know what he was up to, bro, pushing their Medico out of the way. Like, fella shouldn't have grabbed the ball, but bro, you didn't have to push him like that. It was just like, bro, you could have hurt the Medico, you dumb cunt.
Yeah, what's next? We're gonna be boxing the cheerleaders.
Bro, it's just, that fella, bro, he just does some younger stuff, bro, on Nick Phipps. It's just he's gonna wear one. I think you were saying before, that fella's gonna wear one soon, bro.
Someone's gonna chuck one at him.
Yeah, he's gonna wear one soon, bro, that fella. Hopefully I'm watching the game when he does too, because it's gonna make me laugh. But yeah, that's my rap on that game, bro. The Wallabies, Israel Folau's still a waste out at fullback. They need to move him out onto the wing. I was watching this interview with Mark Ella, and he pretty much said what we were saying last week, bro. They drift across too much.
No one's straight in.
Folau's a waste at fullback. He needs to be on the wing so he can just do what he wants to do. It's just even Mark Ella is pretty much saying a Wallaby great is saying what we've been saying for the last few weeks as well. So All Blacks and South Africa game. What can you say about that? Really, it's just how awesome are the All Blacks playing at the moment, bro. How awesome are they playing?
They're definitely a fucking next level team.
Yeah.
If you haven't pumped them in about 60 minutes, like even if you do get up, even if you do get up on them in points in 60 minutes, you've still got that last fucking that third act of the game to survive.
Because I think last week, bro, like fucking Liam Squires, that was his best game in the All Blacks jersey. He was phenomenal when he came on. Every person that came on from the reserves added something different to that game. It was awesome. I think TJ Perenara was a little bit shaky at the start. He had a couple of wayward passes at the start of the game after I was blowing them up the week before about how much his passing game had improved.
You might have heard it, bro.
Yeah, might have, bro. But
you might have listened to this podcast and go, oh fuck, TP Buchanan thinks I'm passing.
Bro, you're welcome, bro. But our man was a little bit shaky with some of his clearing at the start of the game, but from about after he scored a suspect try, our man was on fire after that, bro. Like I was saying, he's like a fourth Lucy, bro. He just gets stuck into everything. Bodie Barrett, bro, what can you say about that fella? Be easily the fastest first five to ever play international rugby, I'd say. Easily. He's just got, bro.
Yeah, no one else,
Bro, he's got jet shoes, that fella, bro.
No one else has had that acceleration.
He's just, bro, he's just fast as. I just only thing about him, bro.
Aurelia, maybe?
Nah, bro. He'll do
Sorry,
it, bro.
Aurelia, I had to bring you up.
He'll do it, bro. But bro, like only thing about him, his game is his goal kicking, bro. That's the only downfall in his game at the moment. Other than that, bro, he's almost he's almost a perfect 10 at the moment. Besides his goal kicking, everything else, bro, he does so well.
He must have been listening to us saying that he's a bit too run happy, bro, because he's definitely calmed it down a bit.
Yeah.
Like now he only runs when there's definitely opportunity instead of just running just for the sake
of it. Yeah. Well, and that's what I mean by his improvement in his decision making. He's making the right decisions 9 times out of 10 now. The majority of the time, he's just playing so awesome at the moment. It's not funny. Anton Annette Brown, again, bro, another standout performance for that fella. Brady Retallick, he's an ugly her, but boy, he's an awesome lock. He looks like Frankenstein, Lurch, all rolled into one.
And Tori Spelling.
Oh, bro, yes. Yes, bro.
You heard that first team, mate?
Yes, bro. Right, he looks like those three, like Lurch and Tori Spelling had a kid.
Yeah.
That's what it'll look like, bro. Brady Retallick, but he's the best lock in the world, that fella. He's just awesome, bro. Like I was saying, the skill level of our forwards, bro, the way they can offload and tackles, put other people in holes, it's just, they're like backs, man. Their skill level, they're like backs. And that's like from prop all the way to number 8, bro. They can all pass the ball, all put a person away, all can,
And they can all play 80-minute games.
Yeah.
Which is very rare. Like Will Skelton.
Oh, bro, he's good for nothing there, fella, bro.
Yeah, he's just pretty good.
Yeah. Bro. He's too much hype, bro, when he first come in.
Well, that's probably half the issue with
the Wallabies, bro.
Is they hype their players too much.
They get all hype.
And some of these goofs start believing it.
Like I seen, was it Sammy Karevi?
Yeah, bro, he's been talking smack.
Talking it up the other day. Is like, bro, you played, you are playing well because, just keep it humble. Like what your bloody commentators keep saying about the All Blacks, we need to be more humble. Apparently.
But none of them won back-to-back World Cups.
And won the Bledisloe, what is it, like 13 years in a row now?
I stand corrected. I think fucking Eels. Did Eels win back-to-back World Cups?
No.
Nah,
because they won 91 and 99, bro.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember we got poisoned in 95 in South Africa.
As you can see, research isn't our strong point.
Shane and Stuart Flanagan.
Yeah, we didn't know who the fuck we were talking about. We kept saying Shane and Stuart Flanagan.
Nah, bro, we just renamed him to Stuart, bro.
Yeah, his name's Stuart.
Stuart, bro, so when we meet him, we're like, kill the
Stuart Little. Or Stu Wilds.
Stu Wilson.
What else, bro? Oh, yeah.
Cricket season, bro, do we care?
Yeah, no, we care, bro.
Bro, apparently, bro, the Black Caps are going to be coming here. I think, bro, we should roll out to a game, bro. I reckon here in Aussie it's a one-dayer. They support the Black Caps.
I'm keen to get some. You shut up, you.
Just got a bit of a sideways look from the bro's other half just then.
Cheeky shit, mate. She was giving it to me last night when Aussie was smashing us.
Right.
And yep, I was classic Kiki when he's watching sports. I lost my temper and I spun around and said, "Shut up!"
Bro,
yeah. Which reminds me, you shouldn't yell at women. It's not cool at all.
Bro, I was watching the game, bro, and I was having a couple of beers by myself, and then my kids are in there, and my daughter and her boyfriend are in there, bro, and I think that little Cambodian fellow got a bit freaked out, bro, when I started swearing at my TV. Started swearing at the TV, bro, and our man quickly looked up, stood up, and walked out of the room, bro. So I think I gave him the shits, bro.
Until he meets me.
Bro, so yeah, nah, that was kind of funny, bro, because I get really animated, bro, when I watch sports, especially if it's anything to do with New Zealand. I'm jumping up and down, I'm yelling, I'm swearing at the TV. My kids are used to it now, but when I get around new people, they get a little bit thrown. I've been known to, throw out a lot of verbal stuff when the games are on.
Yeah, verbal, but not racial.
No.
Not racial. No. Bro, what else? I'm keen to go watch the Black Caps, and we have to go do a couple of Big Bash games.
Yeah, bro.
Because Big Bash I can actually watch. I'm like fucking Dory of fucking, what's that fish? Finding Nemo. Yeah, I have a very short fucking attention span. So if you're not doing anything that's fucking interesting or outlandish, then I'm just gonna switch off. But Big Bash is interesting because every cunt's trying to hit sixes. And
Yep.
So yeah, I can watch Big Bash. But that test shit.
I can watch Test cricket, bro. I'm a bit of a cricket tragic actually. I can watch it.
Yeah, I told Lily that she was a cricket.
I can watch
that
cricket,
perked him up right much. Because he tries to talk to me about cricket and I'm like...
Okay. But yeah, Buck, I don't know if you've been following the Philip Hughes story the last week or so, that cricketer that died.
Well, they're still going on about it.
Oh, but they had an increase, bro. And his whānau was not too happy with Cricket Australia and the players.
Why?
Apparently, bro, this is what the family have said, is that one of the bowlers had been sledging their Philip Hughes before he got struck in the head, saying, I'm going to kill you. Like he had said that to, I'm going to kill this little cunt or something along those lines, bro. And then they're upset that he was getting sledged like that. And then they were saying that he was unfairly targeted after lunch with bouncers. So yeah, his family, bro, like they apparently, when they were grilling the players, the lawyers were grilling the players about it in this inquest, they were all saying, no, I don't recollect, I can't remember anyone saying that, no, he never said that. And the family, bro, they just stood up and gapped it out of the courtroom. The father was heard calling one of the Cricket Australia people a liar. And he said, liar, and stood up and walked out of the courtroom, bro. So
really?
It's getting pretty, it's an unfortunate situation, bro. Like if you ask me, I don't know what good this increase is going to do, bro. Besides dragging up all those bad memories for everybody involved. The players, they lost a mate, the poor bowler, they killed him. He's got to live with that for the rest of his life, and his poor family, bro. Fuck.
Well, like, New Zealand rugby gets shit now, funnily enough, from Australian commentators for not being humble and stuff.
Oh, bro, yeah.
But, bro, you just have to look at some of the fucking Australian
cricketers,
pace bowlers.
Nah, bro, the cricketers are the worst.
Yeah, fuck, those are some of the most douchiest cunts on the planet.
They just played a one-day series over in South Africa, and they're on the verge of losing their fourth game in a row.
Yeah.
And their wicketkeeper who isn't playing very well, and Davey Warner was sledging the batters when they're on the verge of losing, bro. They're still sledging them, like just giving it to them. It's like one of the commentators ended up turning around and saying, mate, why are you doing that? You're on the verge of going 4-0 down. You're on the verge of getting whitewashed. You think you'd just keep quiet and concentrate on playing instead of trying to sledge people?
Yeah, hold up. So I find it fucking ironic that some of these fellas are killing off our rugby players. Silly.
Just jealous, bro.
Yeah.
Jealousy.
Are we going to talk about Tyson Fury, or are we going to save him for later?
No, you can talk about him, bro.
Yeah, Tyson Fury's vacated his belts.
It's gone a bit Looney Tunes.
Yeah, he's gone a bit Looney Tunes apparently. Yeah, I find it very I find it good for Joseph Parker because now it pushes Joey Parker up the rankings, does it?
Apparently, but because he's got a mandatory, he's supposed to have a mandatory title fight anyway. But yeah, so I don't know what's the go with that, bro. Boxing is so corrupt.
Yeah, it's fucked at the moment.
Yeah, boxing is so corrupt, bro. So who knows what's going to happen? Apparently, bro, like Anthony Joshua, I was just reading this morning that he's got a shot against. He's going to fight against Klitschko.
Yeah.
And then the other four are going to battle it out. The two winners will fight each other to fight Anthony Joshua, or whoever wins their fight. Apparently, bro, that's the talk going around the boxing circles at the moment. So yeah, boxing's really corrupt, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's Anthony Joshua, Klitschko. Is David Hayes still in the picture?
No, I don't think so, bro.
Fucking give Shannon Briggs a go,
Right.
man. Why not?
Right, that's another follow, bro. You should follow on social media.
He's
Shannon
hilarious.
Briggs, he's hilarious.
Probably swimming in steroids as we speak.
Let's get a champ.
Yeah.
The champ is here. Let's get a champ. Come on, champ. He's hilarious. Have you seen the video of him, bro, when he hired a boat or got a boat and went out and was circling on Klitschko on his surf ski board?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's funny, that one, man.
Fuck it.
I'll find a link and
Yeah.
chuck it up on the page.
Give him a go, man, because you know the fight will be hyped to bits.
Oh, yeah, bro, yeah.
Or even that huge black American. What's his name? Fuck, I can't remember his name.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah. Just every huge black American, Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal.
I can't remember his name, but
every other NBA player.
yeah, the last of the great big men apparently. But yes, there's another guy from the States. He'll be in there somewhere. And of course our own
There's that Mexican fella too, bro, that they're talking about. I think his name
Ruiz?
Yeah, Ruiz. Andy Ruiz or something Ruiz.
yeah.
They're talking about him. But yeah, like, cause I listen to a lot of the Fighter and the Kid podcast as well, and they still haven't mentioned Joseph Parker yet. So I think he's probably suffering from not being in the bigger.
Or fighting in America. He
Yeah.
probably has to fight in America,
Nah,
more.
bro. He needs to, bro. He needs to go over there and start fighting over there, I reckon.
I'm still waiting to see if Danny Green and The Man have this rematch that everybody was talking about a few months back.
They're supposed to be, eh?
Yeah, nothing's been said about it much. Oh well.
Would you watch it? Would you get it on pay-per-view? I mean,
No.
no, yeah. If they show it on free TV, yeah, I'll watch it.
And I'm a Danny Green fan. But yeah, I don't think
I don't mind Chalk, bro. You say some outlandish shit, but I think it's I know, bro. Like I've seen them do a lot of stuff with his indigenous community and that. But he just say some outlandish stuff, bro. That people
Yeah, like-
don't really like.
like, if you say outlandish stuff, you should at least have a basis, at least to back it up.
Yeah.
But he never does.
Nah, yeah, that's half the problem, bro.
Yeah, and I'm not hating. I'm just saying what I fucking seen. That's all. But
I think I told you I met him out one night, bro, and he was taking a whole group of young indigenous boys around. He had taken them in to watch the All-Stars rugby league match at the start of the year, and then I'd seen them walking around, and he was taking them after the game. He was taking them out for dinner, and then
me.
bro, he had like about 30 of them with him, bro. Yeah.
So it's probably just his fucking hype persona that we see a lot of.
Yeah, but when he talks, yeah, it's that. But our man too, bro, he likes a headline. So if he's gonna say something, bro, he's gonna find the most outlandish way of saying it, so that he gets a lot of attention.
As soon as you said like a headline, I just thought of the Kardashian fights.
Bro, those ones.
Only they could all jump on the same boat and suck.
Whoa. Easy, mate.
Easy, mate. Easy. Big fella. What else, bro? Anything else before we move on to entertainment?
You know, we've talked about the UFC.
I reckon I'll put that later.
Okay, that's
Yeah. But now we're going on to entertainment, i.e. films and TV and movies and shit. Okay? Boom. Is there anything that you recommend seeing?
Yes, bro. I'm trying to remember the name of it. My next. Oh, actually, bro. I watched that Scientology movie the other day.
Fuck yeah, how
My
was that?
Scientologist, bro. It's crazy. It's good, bro. It's just out of it what they like, bro. They call this. They do.
There's
bro.
old David McTavish and all them, or Miscavige.
Miscavige or something like that, bro. Yeah.
McTavish is the actor. I would have been fucking fingering some poor cunt. Not in that way.
But yeah, bro, like it's you gotta watch it, man. Louis Theroux, he's one of my favourite documentary makers out there.
He goes hard, old bossy.
I think he's a South African. His parents are South African, but he was born and raised in England, I think. But he's so he's making he wants to make a movie about Scientology. So he goes over to the States to talk to people who have left Scientology, to ask them about it, and about the inner sanctum of all of it. And he's talking to one of the guys. He was David McGavish. What's his name? Miscavige's right-hand man back in right up until about 2005.
Tom Cruise?
Nah, bro. This fella Marty someone, bro. He left the church in 2000. Church, air quotes. He left the church, Scientology, bro, back in 2005.
You better have seen Revenue Stream.
Yes. He left them in 2005, bro. He just had enough of it, and so Louis Theroux gets a hold of him to ask him, goes, look, I want to make a movie about Scientology. Can you help me? He goes, yep. And he starts, they start finding actors and start recreating the videos that they put out, Scientology puts out. Finding actors and that to play Tom Cruise, David Miscavige.
Yeah, because they wouldn't have been able to use the real footage.
They put some of the real footage in, bro. They do put some of it in. But yeah, he wanted to make it from the point of view of someone that was in the church, that Marty fella. But bro, about quarter of the way into the documentary, bro, they start noticing this car's following them around.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is a bit strange. This car's been following me for like 4 hours. And so they're driving around, bro, LA, around Hollywood, and then they park up, bro, and get out. And then the car stops behind them, and then this lady and the fellow with the camera gets out, and they're just filming them. And he's like asking them, oh, why you... Oh, first, bro, they jump out with their cameras and they're filming them. And the Scientology people are filming them, and they ask, they go, can you not film us, please? He goes, well, why not? You're filming me. And they go, can you not film us? He goes, why are you filming me? If you're I'll start filming you, so if you start filming me. Right, and they're just standing there, bro, with their cameras to each other. Who are you? Bro, she wouldn't answer the question. And then he starts talking to the camera guy. And the camera guy goes, fuck it, bro. He goes, I'm just filming a documentary for her. I don't know what it's about. They just told me to come and film and all this sort of stuff, bro. But yeah, it's bro, like, if you believe everything this fella Marty says about the church and David McCavish, bro, like, it's not a fun place to be. Apparently he's a loose cannon, bro. Like, he'll flip out, beat people up. They're David McCavish, beat up the followers and that if they did something wrong. And when someone leaves the church, bro, they do this thing what they call squirrel blasting. They just follow them everywhere, bro, and just start abusing them and filming them. Look at you, you're a loser. And he showed footage of them doing it to him at an airport. He was at an airport, bro, and they just, the 3 of them turned up, bro, and they started filming. Look at you, you're just a loser, Marty. You're a loser. How's your kid, eh? He started thinking of, how's your kid? How are you able to survive with all that money you're making from foster care? Hey, how much did they pay you to make this documentary? Bro, they're just really, bro, assholes, bro. And they had stopped, because when he first left the church, bro, they did it to him for like 3 years, he was saying, and then they stopped. And then when he started making this documentary of Louis, bro, they started up again. Yeah, they started up on him again, and he ended up, was like, fuck, man, I can't do this anymore. But then when they attacked him about his kid, he said, oh, David McCavish, you're going to rue the day that you brought my son into this conversation, bro. So, like, yeah, bro, I was like, oh, shit. But yeah, they started following him around again. And like, he had footage of them, bro. They'll be across the road in the hotel filming them from the balcony. That, fuck, bro, it's Looney Tune fellas, bro. Looney Tune.
So did anyone actually roll up on these clowns?
Oh, bro, he would, bro. They're funny in this game. Like, he would, like, think them, bro. Like, what the fuck? We'll just have it out with them, but he wouldn't attack them. Especially if he didn't have a camera on him. Yeah. Because, he'd be too scared. Well, fuck, if he attacks them, they're going to have the footage and then they can edit it how they want. Yeah. Make him look like, he's the guy that did it. But yeah, my Scientology movie is what it's called, Louis Theroux, a BBC documentary. You have to watch it, man, if you're into this sort of stuff. It's awesome.
Conspiracy theories.
It's awesome, bro. It's like a million, the amount of properties they have, bro. They've got an own area where they make all their films and that, Scientology.
And they got some shit out in the desert, eh?
Yeah,
Like
well,
a resort.
they went to one of the spots, bro, where they worked, and because Louis wanted to deliver a mail, you know, asking if he could speak to their McCavish fella. And then he just rolled up to the gate and goes, hi, I just got this, I wanted to get off our property, you're trespassing. He goes, oh, no, I don't want to come in, I just want to talk to you, you know, if I can, if you can hand this letter over to one of David McCavish's, you know, people so that he can get it so I can see if he'll do an interview with me or something. Bro, and they just weren't having it. So they rolled down the street a bit, bro, and they went up, they rolled down the road a bit because it was like right next to this highway, so they rolled down the road a bit, turned down the side street, and they were having a look, bro, because their fella wanted to show them, because Olivia was saying something about he had heard stories that it was all barbed wire fence around it, and out the front it wasn't. Goes, oh, and their fella Marty goes, oh, we'll go down the street, I'll show you. They go down the side street, bro, and they come up to the fence, and it's all razor blades on top of the
Razor
fence.
wire.
Yeah, razor wire.
Yeah.
And big huge floodlights. And because it was getting a little bit dark, and then the floodlights started flashing on and off, and he was going, are they trying to communicate to us something? Bro, and then anyway, bro, this lady turns up, bro, a fella, bro, filming them, telling them they had to leave, that they're trespassing and that this is a private road.
Yeah.
And he was going, no, it's not, I've got a permit to be here, like I'm allowed to be on the street. And say, no, get off, we're calling the cops. So they get the cops there, bro, they just leave. Like, yeah, bro, found out later on it wasn't a private road because they went to go back, bro, to do some filming there on that road. And Scientologists had blocked it all off, saying road closed. But they went, what? They went in it anyway, bro. And then they come back to kick them off, saying that, you know, it's a private road. But they found out later on, but they were all shit. It was a public road, and they had no right to do that. But yeah, no, I mean, you gotta watch that program, man. My Scientology movie, it's good, man. It's good.
Yeah, no, I'm really keen to have a jam at it now.
1, 2, 3 movies too, I'm telling you, bro, it's the side.
I might secretly go have a look. Okay, now, last few weeks, our first current event segment is called Shit That's Interesting. Our second, more chatty segment, we still call it Shit That's Interesting.
Because we're creative.
Because we're creative.
We're creative for this.
But as you can tell, fucking research and organisation, not really our strong point. We're more doers, we're not organisers.
We're more hearsay, and I heard, those type of fellas, I heard this.
Yeah.
I saw something on Facebook.
Yeah. I saw something in a tweet.
Yeah, bro. So I was watching Joe Rogan.
And Joe Rogan reckons. So yeah, we're just gonna call this segment Two Cunts, yeah, quotes, chatting
as a cunts of cans. Two cans.
Yeah, and this is just subject stuff that we find interesting and we think that we could delve into a bit more. Usually we're intoxicated, but it's Sunday, the Lord's Day, and plus I got no more beers in my fridge because we smacked them all out on Friday.
I got some beers at home, but bro,
I think we've covered this. We've done enough on this.
Yep.
Yeah. Grab a bite of pussy. Yep. No, we'll get rid of that. So here we go, bro. We'll kick this one off on the segment known as Two Cunts Chatting. Fafita's still sulking.
Bro, did you see the interview with him and Alan Jones?
No.
Oh, bro, and the worst thing about it was Alan Jones was encouraging him.
Oh my god, really?
Yes, bro, and he was like, stand your ground, what they're doing is wrong. I will help you, we will see the shit out of them if they try and think you're bro. I was like, bro, don't encourage him, man. What are you doing? Because like, for whatever reason, I think Alan Jones has got a thing against the NRL. He was just saying, NRL is a bit of a Mickey Mouse organisation, bro.
But not as bad as the UFC at the moment.
Yeah, we'll get to those.
We'll get to that. Don't worry.
But yeah, so Alan Jones, bro, stop encouraging this fella, bro. That's the last thing you need is encouragement of what he's doing.
Yeah, you get a shit stirrer and an idiot on the same boat. Fucking anything can happen. Especially if the idiot thinks he's right.
Bro, yeah, and that's the worst thing about it, bro. He thinks he's right.
So yeah, I still can't believe he's sulking, man. He must think that there's never going to be repercussions for his actions.
He doesn't, bro.
Yeah, especially like what cracks me up is a lot of these high-profile fellas who get in the shit. There must come a point in time when, you know, before they do something ridiculous, where they think they're invisible.
Yeah.
Aaron Smith, classic case. Yeah. And he did his antics in his All Blacks uniform.
Oh, bro.
Nice one, cuz. Awesome, phenomenal.
Oh, bro.
He didn't try change into a hoodie or put a beanie on or something.
He
He just rocked in, still in your fucking shirt and tie.
Ones, bro.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Oh, bro.
You're small, but you're not invisible. Andrew Fafita, fuck, bro. We said this last week and a few weeks before that. Bro, just be quiet. Go to training. Go home. Go to training. Go home.
Just focus on your footy, bro, because you're a main player.
Yes.
Don't worry about all that peripheral stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. And if someone puts a mic in your face, don't say anything. Just say,
bro.
yeah, me no speak English.
Sharkoos, bro, don't let their fella do interviews anymore.
I don't know.
Stu Flanagan, bro.
Was a chain, or whatever the fuck your first name is.
Rein him in, boy.
Yeah. And we'll have a cordial to the brief.
That fella doesn't need to be in front of a microphone at the moment.
Yeah.
Because he was saying on that interview, he's got his management and that out talking to rival codes and that rugby codes.
No.
Yeah,
we don't want you in rugby, cuz.
About thingy, because he's scared that the NRL can rip his contract up at any moment. And the funny thing about it, bro, he goes, I'm on my last warning, so if I play up one more time, then I'm probably going to lose my job. This is all very easy, don't play up.
Yeah, don't play up, man. Just do what we said. Shut up. Don't talk into the mic. And go home straight after training and games.
Yeah, bro, you don't need to go out, bro.
Yeah.
You're married, Till. You don't need to go out. Man.
Next, bro. While we're on the subject of sharks.
Oh, bro, hold on, bro. Did you see that YouTube screenshot I took, bro, of Aaron Smith? Because I posted it on the page, bro. It's a hard case because like.
Was that his infamous Snapchat? Bro?
Yeah, bro. Because what I do, bro, sometimes, bro, if I'll jump on YouTube if I miss a game because I don't have Foxtel anymore. Because that rip-off cunts, but that's another story. That's another story, bro. Foxtel.
They're probably going to cut our package over somewhere too.
But yeah, anyway, so I jump on YouTube, bro, and like I'll find the game on YouTube and watch the game on YouTube a couple of days later, and the fellow who posted the YouTube, posted the game up onto YouTube, his thumbnail he used was hilarious. It was a South African player, can't remember who it was, I think it might be Patrick Landy, and it was Aaron Smith, his infamous Snapchat pic, bro, with like the circle with the line through it, like the no smoking one. It was hilarious, bro. I was just cracked up laughing. I was going, well played, mate, well played.
See, some of those Sappers do have a sense of humour.
I don't know if he was South African, the fellow who posted it.
Let's just say he is. It's easier.
It's easy.
Sorry.
It flows with our story.
Yeah, it just goes with our story better if we just say that he's South African. Just like Jesus was black.
He was, bro.
He was.
With Egyptian.
Rolling with our shark thing. There's been a lot of shark attacks lately, a lot of shark incidents, and a lot of shark movies coming out. Which leads me to our next subject topic. Sharks are cunts.
So this is two cunts chatting about sharks that are cunts.
Sharks, two cunts. The segment's two cunts chatting, and here's us, two cunts, calling sharks cunts.
So
it's almost poetic.
Right, there's a few cunts going on around here.
Yeah.
But yeah, sharks are cunts basically. So just before we jumped on to record, reading another story that someone up the Sunshine Coast,
Caloundra?
Yeah, Caloundra was bitten by a shark.
Yeah.
Today, I think early this morning, got
Yes.
bit on the hip.
Yes.
So yeah, so there's another one. They video circling the internet at the moment with their great white. They got into the
got
shark
into the
cage.
It's fair to say. It's fair to say that when that diver came out of the cage, when he took his suit off, there was a lot of brown stuff down by his feet.
Boy.
And in that instance, mate, you can be forgiven
Yeah,
because you're still alive.
I wouldn't blame you, brother.
Yeah. So yeah, the shark attacks have gone up for sure.
As a person who's personally been circled by a shark when I was a young kid,
Yeah,
happened at home at Kaiti Beach as well. Yeah, like I know the feeling. It's like, ugh.
And I'm such a cunt that every time that there's a shark article or shark incident on Facebook, I always tag him and his sister in it. It's just like,
because it was me and my sister who got
yeah,
by the shark.
they got chased by a shark. Just like our mate Sham Fox, he's got a phobia of Michael Myers and the Michael Myers music. So every time there's an article that involves Michael Myers, I just feel the urge to tag him in it. I'm a good mate, I say. But yeah, sharks are cunts because yeah, they're just okay. They're probably doing what comes natural to them, but yeah, mate, fuck, calm down. It's a terrible fucking subject topic, but yes, sharks are cunts.
Bro, yeah, they are, bro. Sharks are. Yeah.
And there's some decent fucking shark films coming out soon. I think Shark Cage, my mate's in that, Pete Valley, looks real fucking good.
Is that the one you?
Yeah, I put up. And well, The Shallows wasn't too bad. I thought it was okay.
Yeah, I don't mind the shallows.
Yeah.
I always think that was alright. But that Shark Cage one where you posted the trailer too.
It looks horrific, eh?
Right.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I was watching the trailer cringing and yeah, nah, fuck that.
That's why they like boats, bro. I don't say like the sea anymore, bro. Actually, getting circled by a shark will do that to you. Oh, like bro, like
Off the top of your head, how long was it?
I was over 6 foot. It was easy over 6 foot, bro.
6 foot or 6 meters?
Nah, foot. 6 foot. Like say,
6 meters.
longer than me. Like at the time I was only 12, but like it was a decent sized shark.
What do you suspect it was, a mako?
Nah, bronze whaler. Positive was a bronze whaler because I was hard out into sharks when I was a kid. Any shark book I'd find at the library, when I'd go to the library, bro, I'd get it out
Yeah.
just to research sharks. I was just obsessed with sharks, bro, when I was a young fella. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, I'm still the same now, bro. I find them interesting. I did a paper on them when I did my fucking diving course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro, fucking, just from doing that paper on them, I became a bit of a mini shark expert. 10 points if you can name the scientific, I think it's the scientific name for great white. For some reason, I remembered it, and it's Caradon Cacarius. With knowledge for your ass.
You didn't give them a chance to get the 10 points, bro.
Fuck it, it's our podcast. Yeah. Caradon Cacarius. Yeah. And dinosaur version is Megalodon something. Fuck it, just call it Meg. But yes, it's our little fucking thing on sharks. Shark attacks have gone up. So people, when you go for swims, be very fucking careful. Try not to swim at night. Try not to swim near river mouths. I learned that too.
Aunties, if you're on the rank, don't go for a swim on the sea.
Yeah. And if you're a blonde chick who likes surfing, don't go surfing near dead whale carcasses.
Yeah, that's where that movie got me, bro. The Shallows. Is, come on, bro. Someone with half a brain, bro, would know not to swim out to a dead whale carcass.
Yeah. Because you're just asking for trouble and big hungry things with heaps of teeth. But yes, bro, next, Dana White, aka White Slave Owner. Fucking oats, I went there, didn't I?
At it again, bro. Is he at it again?
He's at it again. He's upset. Most of his roster, he's got fighters wanting to leave because it's like through him, there's only 2 fighters in the UFC.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor and Ronda Rousey.
And one of them hasn't fought for over a year.
Yeah. And she's coming back in to fight a fucking werewolf.
She comes back, bro, has a year off, and like gets a title shot straight away, bro. That's what
Yeah.
That's bullshit,
And
bro.
Juliana Pena, Cyborg. There are people more fucking worthy than her.
Cyborg won't get a shot, bro, because she can't make the 135 weight division, but they need to make a weight division for her, bro. They 145 division.
Yeah.
Man, I think, bro, because I read an article that she put out the other day, a Facebook post actually saying that, you know, she basically said, if I was blonde hair, blue eyed, I'd have my own weight division like how you did it for Ronda.
Instead of having a man's jaw and looking like a Marvel character.
Looking like a superhero.
But yeah, old Dana White, he's totally fucking his organisation. Well, I shouldn't say fucking, but he's fucking over his...
It's not even his organisation anymore, bro. That's the thing.
He's fucking over his fighters more than he was before. You just have to look at what Anderson Silva, George St. Pierre, Jose Aldo wants to leave. I think now Khabib wants to leave now.
Oh, Jose reckons, he goes, hey, if I want to retire, I can retire. No contract's going to hold me back from not being able to retire. What are you on about?
Yeah.
He's a bit of a corridor going around there. He wants to play soccer.
Fuck, he's one of the greatest champions ever. Why not? Jordan went and played baseball.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dana White. Wow. It's fair to say you won't be invited to too many barbecues during around Christmas. You fucking roided up goof. But yes. Fuck, that's it, eh? We've already covered Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury losing those marbles.
Yeah, no, we covered that. So now we'll hit the mailbag. Mailbag, people. You guys send us mail. We answer them. We answer your questions. You guys send us questions and we answer them as best we can, as thoroughly as we can.
Remember, bro, when you used to have to send mail in the actual mailbox?
Yeah.
You used to have to
It's
write
a
it
mailbox.
out and send it out.
Which reminds me, I haven't checked our mailbox for months. Mailbag. Where's the best place for hassle-free beers? I'm assuming hassle-free means there's no arseholes there. Well, if you want us to answer this question honestly, where is the best place for hassle-free beers? Your house. Yes. Stay home. If you're always getting hassled at the pub,
it's cheaper.
Yeah. Cheaper.
They don't have to worry about transport.
You don't have to worry about playing up and doing something dumb because you'll be at home.
You can, if there's going to be people there, it'll be the people that you know and invite over yourself.
Yes.
So you don't have to worry about play-up cunts.
Yes.
It's so much hassle-free, bro. It's so much better just to drink at home.
Yeah. That's probably the most hassle-free,
Yep.
not Hasselhoff. That's probably the most hassle-free example that we can give, is just drink at your house. But for us, mind you, we like fucking physical fucking specimens. HQ, bro.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, HQ.
I've been, we've been going there since what, 2006ish.
Yeah, that's it.
I've never had any sort of dramas there ever.
I've seen dramas go down there, but not to do with us. Yeah, but
except for that time when I tried to steal your cheese.
That's right.
But even then,
try to bring it in the taxi.
But even then, I didn't even get in trouble.
Yeah, but for us, it's the HQ. Fucking, we've known that place for years. It's changed a bit now. It's nowhere near as full as it used to get. But yeah, the HQ for us. Not the Acacia Ridge Tavern.
Oh, please explain.
Not the Acacia Ridge Tavern, where you may get robbed, and when you're looking for the people who robbed you, you may come across two gay men having sex in the park. Apparently.
Yeah, this fella just told me the story, bro, before we went on air. And
Yeah.
it's just, I couldn't believe it when he told me.
It didn't happen to me, it happened to a friend of mine and his partner.
It's like, okay.
Yeah.
And then that led me to the question, have you ever caught two fellas booty? And both of us said no.
Nah.
Anybody out there got any stories, send them in to us, comment them to us if they have, along those lines.
Yes. Chuck them up. We'll have a read, have a laugh for
Yeah.
sure. And it'll get a mention on volume 50.
Yeah, if you want. We
Yeah,
won't
if
name
you
names.
want.
We won't name names. It'll be all,
Yeah.
private and discreet. We won't say who sent the story in or what. But
Next mail. In regards to all the negative feedback, what are your real thoughts on Aaron Smith? There, bro, being a former halfback.
Whoa. Nah, bro,
Storm in the teacup.
Storm in the teacup, bro. Like, yeah, fella should, like you were saying before, like, be a little bit more discreet about it. Put a hoodie on. Going in there in your number ones wasn't very smart, my bro. But hey, suppose, bro, when you gotta empty the nutsack, you gotta empty the nutsack.
And we're not hating because we're perfect. Fuck, we were flawed once.
Yeah. Like, you know, bro, like I said last week, bro, that's his cross he has to bear now, bro. He has to sort that out with Mumsy, see if they're gonna try and sort it out or what. Otherwise, bro, it's really none of our business.
Yeah, I've been saying that. Good luck, maybe. Sorry, bro.
Like, all I worry about, bro, is how good he passes that ball and leads our forward pack around.
Yeah. Yes.
If I'm being
real
honest.
thoughts? Yes, same as him, bro. Real thoughts. I think for me there's more pressing matters to worry about in New Zealand.
I couldn't believe how much it got blown up on the
Yeah.
media, bro, that week. It was ridiculous, bro.
Yes.
It was ridiculous.
Especially when you got fucking kids starving and all that shit.
Yeah,
And
bro.
Fucking
Homeless people.
Yeah, homeless people.
And they want to focus on the All Black player getting caught fucking...
Yeah, fucking 1080, poison, fucking killing
Yeah, bro.
livestock. But everyone wants to focus on the All Black halfback being naughty in the toilet. Right.
Bro.
Yes.
Okay, bro, next question, bro. Would Aaron Smith be your starting halfback in the next Wednesday Cup game?
Nah.
You stuck with TJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking along the same lines, bro. I think I'll just give our man a little bit of a break, eh? I'd have him back in camp to get him back around the boys.
Yeah, I'd see how he goes at trainings, and if he's there, then fuck, I'll put him on the bench. But I'd still start TJ because TJ deserves it.
I wouldn't even like put him under that sort of pressure, bro, just because of the amount of ridiculousness that's been going on around it at the moment. I do sort of like what they did to Aaron Cruden a couple of years ago when he missed the aeroplane to go to Argentina. Fuck, bro, that's a phenomenal one, that one.
My club, you know.
Yeah, bro. I'll do that, bro, like, because I think their first game on the end of your tour is in Ireland. I mean, is against Ireland and America. So I'll wait till there, bro, where the media scrutiny ain't going to be as bad, because the Yanks, you know, they're not up on that sort of talk with rugby and that.
They still think Buck Shelford's our captain.
Oh, bro, I was just going to say something really inappropriate now, but I won't.
Go, fuck it. You've already said if girls are on the rag, they shouldn't go swimming.
Well, they shouldn't.
And we've already brought up the grab them by the pussy Donny Trump thing.
Well, I was going to say, bro, they still think Jonah's our left winger. But yeah.
Probably do. Rest in peace, Jonah.
But like, yeah, I'd start him in that game, bro. Over in the States, bro.
You wouldn't even have him as a bench role?
Not here, not in this game. Just to say he's not under there.
Yeah,
fucking, because the crowd are probably going to be getting stuck into him.
Do you reckon they will?
Yeah, but the crowd. Oh, actually, bro, no, they mightn't actually.
I think with All Blacks, they're more forgiving than say they are with, like, say, Warriors.
Please.
Different crowd.
Yeah, true. So I remember him getting stuck at the Sunny Bull after his boxing match when he went and played for the Roosters against the Warriors.
Yeah.
Remember that old fella in the crowd? Hey Sunny Bull, you still owe me $40 for the fight for your boxing, you cunt. It's like, fuck, what a crack up, babe. What a crack up. But yeah, bro, like, yeah, I wouldn't, like, for me, bro, I probably wouldn't start him in this game, bro, and I'd save him for when they go to the States. But I'd have him in the squad just to get him back around their team environment.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm the same, bro, but I'd give him a bench role.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd still start TJ. How many hats do you fellas own?
Bro, I only own 2. I got, this is my CrossFit Staunch hat. I own this one, and my Kiwis League bucket hat that this fella gave me about 10 years ago.
Yeah, got 10 years ago.
And I still got that now. I would have worn it today if we won, but yeah.
I think I've got 5. Yeah, I've got 5, and they're all new era hats because those are the only hats I wear.
I used to have a collection when we first finished school, and I used to hang them up on my wall, all these starter caps. But
yes,
then I had about 15, 20 of them, but then when the boys would come around,
chuck them on and never see them
and
again.
then I ended up with like 5.
Yeah.
So I stopped putting them on my wall after that.
I've actually been looking for a starter jacket on eBay. Someone's trying to relive their youth. Yeah, I've got about 5 new era hats. 2 of them I train in. I think 2 of them, this is one of my 2 that I just wear around. I've got 3 that I just wear around to the shops and shit. But I've got 1, it's my New York hat, that's like my number 1. That's my one that I wear to events. Number 1, you can do it. Yes, I've got 5. Good question though. I've never actually put much thought into how many fucking hats I've got.
What I used to do, sometimes I'll cut the sleeves off my shirts
And like beanies.
and tie the top off it and make beanies. I still use that as my training hats if I didn't have a hat. I just cut the sleeves off my shirt, tie it up at the top in like a top knot of the top of the sleeve, tied up like a top knot, and then made a mean ass beanie for me. So yeah, you can only do that though if you got massive arms like this one.
Fucking one of us small now. Fucking check this cunt's hooks out. Jesus. What's your guys' dress sense day to day and special occasions?
Yeah, my dress sense is pretty terrible. This is me pretty much. T-shirt, shorts, these are my jeans, these are check pants. Because it's summertime, so I cut the bottoms off and make them into shorts. I'll probably regret that when it comes into winter, but we'll worry about that when it's winter. And a hat.
Yeah.
That's pretty much me all the time. Dress sense going out, I might chuck on some jeans and a shirt, and I'll get a haircut, but that's pretty much it. As you can tell, I've got no dress sense.
I think myself, just day to day, cargo pants or cargo shorts, t-shirt, fitted hat. If I'm going to a barbecue or something, it's probably cargo shorts, channels, and b-ball singlet or t-shirt, fitted hat, sunglasses.
But I try my best, bro. If I'm going somewhere, I go, do I have to get dressed up? Because if I don't, I'm going as is. And my mumsy's always going, put some jeans on me, get a little bit tidy. It's like if I can, and I'm able to get away with it, bro, I'm just rolling like this pretty much all the time.
Yeah. But if I have to go out, like if it's a dinner, then it's dress shirt, grandpa sweater, jeans, chucks.
Yeah.
Grandpa sweaters, mate. Some of the fellas are fucking giving it to me for wearing grandpa sweaters, but they're functional. And it's pretty much multi-purpose dress wear. And yeah, if you get stuck somewhere, like say stranded, you can use grandpa sweater for heaps of stuff. I'm going way off track. But yes, dress sense, yeah, we just explained it to you. But that was our mailbag for this week. Now, we haven't really thought this one through. What's our final? What's our final thoughts for this week, my bro?
This week, bro, All Blacks to break the record of 17 consecutive wins. They're going to get the 18th win this coming Saturday against the Wallabies. I think it's going to be another big score. And, bro. Yeah. And Aaron Smith to have a rest this weekend.
Yep, I'm the same. All Blacks absolutely hit the smash.
And someone to get attacked by a shark again around here.
Yeah, someone's going to get attacked by a shark. Another clown's going to get a hiding. What else? And Sean Kenny Dow to get absolutely torn to shreds on social media. But apart from that, those are our final thoughts. That's Teeps.
It's Keelan.
And we're the Bad Horse Show. See you next week.
Ah.